Hey YouTube. So Baserow is a very powerful, flexible, and easy to use database platform. You can easily create internal applications like a CRM or a content calendar or any kind of database application with it. In today's video, I want to quickly share with you how you can spin up your own Baserow instance and install it to your own server. At the end of this video, you will have your own Baserow instance up and running. You will know how you update your Baserow instance in case there is a new version. I will show you how to install Baserow with Portainer. And finally, I will show you how to install Baserow just with the command line and Docker. So for this video, I will assume that you have some kind of cloud server already installed and have Docker and Portainer running on it. If not, you can check out my video on how to make a secure server installation with Ubuntu, Docker, Caddy, and Portainer. I will link the video in the description below. When you want to install Baserow, there are different possibilities and different routes to take. For an easy start with Baserow, the Docker image comes with everything you need. So you have the Baserow installation, you have the database server included, and you also have Caddy as a reverse proxy included. In this context, you can basically just spin up a small VM in the cloud and adjust your DNS settings of your domain host to point to that server and use the Baserow image and the included Caddy to make it reachable on any subdomain you want. To show you how this works, the first thing I need to do is to set up the DNS records on my subdomain. So you can see I'm logged in into my domain provider and I just created a new A record. And here I just put the subdomain that comes before the domain name. And here's the IP address of my server. And this is just the time to live value I set to 600 seconds. And when I save this one, then this subdomain will point to my Baserow server. Now I can just SSH into my cloud server and I can basically spin up Baserow with just one Docker command. So we have Docker run in detached mode. That means that the process will be sent automatically to the background. We name the container Baserow, and here we just give it some environment variables. So we tell Baserow the public URL where we want to reach our Baserow instance. And here we address what Caddy should do. So that's basically a catch-all. So everything that comes over a secure HTTP port will be handled by Caddy. Here we map the volume with the persistent data of Baserow to a Docker volume named Baserow_data. Here we have some port assignments and we tell Docker to restart the container unless we manually stop it. And now I can just quickly execute the command, enter my password here. And now we can check if Baserow is running. So we put a sudo docker ps and you can see the Baserow container is running. And when we head over to our browser and call the URL we have just set up in our hosting provider, we are greeted with the initial login for Baserow. If you want to do the same installation with Portainer, chances are that you run into your first trouble because you most likely will already have a reverse proxy like Caddy or Traffic or Nginx proxy manager running. The problem is really when we try to start the container with the Caddy setup, we will see that port 443 is already taken. That's already in use by the reverse proxy we have already running on our server. And that, for instance, manages the subdomain we can reach Portainer on. We can fix that very easily because we only have to forget about the environment variable we use for Caddy when we start our Baserow container. But of course, we want to have the same functionality. So we would like to have our Baserow instance reachable about the same subdomain. So in my example here, I have caddy running on the server. So we need to update the caddy file here. The caddy file you can find in etc caddy file. And here you can see I already have my subdomain for Portainer set up. And I will just add an entry for my Baserow instance. This will be my full subdomain, and I will just tell caddy that it's a reverse proxy and that it will point to localhost on port 3001. And that's where we will install the Baserow instance to with our Portainer setup now. When we are in our Portainer instance, the first thing we need to do is we need to set up the volume for Baserow. So we just head over here to volumes and add volume and name this one Baserow data and create the volume. And now we can head over to the containers and add a new container. And now we basically put in the same parameters we had in our Docker command. So we have the container name, and here we refer to the image on Docker Hub. We need to set our ports, and as you might remember in the caddy file, we have put port 3001. So we map the host port 3001 to port 80 in the container. And now we need to map the data volume. So as you can see here in the command, baserow underscore data is mapped to baserow / data. So we just map that here. So we put the container path, and here we just take the volume we have just created. Here we can set the same environment variables as before. So in this case, we will only set the public URL here. So put this one here and also copy the URL. And here we can set the restart policy as on the Docker command. So we put this one to unless stop. And now we can just deploy the container. And that was successful. And now our Baserow instance is available at the subdomain we have just defined. When it comes to updating Baserow, that's also very easy to do. You can just stop your Baserow container, and then you can basically spin up the container again just with the different version numbers. So let's say when, for example, 1.27 comes out, you can just change the command to 1.27, and Baserow will take all necessary steps for the upgrade by itself, so you don't have to worry about it as long as your persistent volume Baserow data is not deleted, everything will be fine. And yeah, the update process is very easy and very painless here. In Portainer, the update process is as easy as on the command line. So you can just enter your container and you can just go to duplicate edit. And here you can basically just change the image, and everything else can be as you did before. And then you can just deploy the container and you will have the new version. Baserow will make sure that the upgrade is done in the background and you are good to go with the new version. So there's one more thing I would like to mention. Baserow has a lot of environment variables you can use to configure your Baserow installation. And you will find them all on the documentation. So here you will see the variable name and you will find an exact description what it's doing. So there are a couple of variables I would like to recommend setting up from the start. One important thing is the email setup, because when you want to add additional users and invite them by email, or when you want to use notifications for users when something is assigned to them in Baserow, you want to set up your email. So that's basically just done with the email underscore SMTP settings. Here I have set my server, the host address, the port, the user and the password. That's very basic stuff you know probably from your email client. On my own instance, for example, I have set the OpenAI API key to have the AI functions that come with the premium version of Baserow available. And here I have just defined the models I want my users to be able to use. And what's also worth mentioning is the database setup. As I have showed it today, we are using the internal Postgres installation. For example, on my server, I have different services using Postgres as a database backend. And for me, it doesn't make sense to have another one inside Baserow container. So I defined the host and the access data here to make it possible that Baserow uses the Postgres server I have on my main server. That's it for today, and I hope this will help you to learn about Baserow. As you can see, this is pretty easy and straightforward. So have fun trying it out.